on our side, and there goes Rohir Robinson. Alright guys, so just a reminder, qualifying has begun. Silver class can line up at the pit exits. You are not supposed to be lining up inside of each other. You should just be lining up behind. Alright, silver class, you have 10 minutes to qualify. Please have your setup ready and lined up. You have 1 minute to apply your setup. Once 1 minute has elapsed, then you're free to go and begin your qualifying session. Alright, again, a reminder to the bronze class, once you see 10 minutes on the clock, please feel free to head out. And for the silver class, once the 10 minutes is on your end, please head back to the pits immediately. Best of luck to you guys. Put on a show, looking forward to seeing what's to come. And at the end of the day, have some fun, please. Just a final reminder, please feel free to send out the stream and get your fans to vote for you for Drive of the Day. So we can feature you on our social media.
All clear, push now. Alright Jay, we've got 19 minutes to do the business. Your rears are cold, your front tyres are looking a little hot. Car on your left. Clear on the left now. Three laps of fuel remaining. That's pole. Got a bit of tyre wear on all your tyres. "15 minutes remaining, 15 minutes to go." Okay, Jay, you've got half your fuel left. track limits, they'll invalidate this lap. Your left side tyres are running hot. We think you'll be out of fuel on the next lap. The guy behind has just done a 156.7. Mind these track limits, please, Jay. You've got cold tyres, we need to get some heat into them. Your exit looks clear, stay behind the line. We're seeing lots of rear brake locking. We need to watch these track limits. Your front tyres are hot. Your left rear's cooking, mate. Remaining 10 minutes. sector 2 time is okay. That lap was a 155.6. Sector 1 is quick, the right side tyres are cold. Sector 2 time is quick. You've got a bit of tyre wear on all your tyres. Watch your speed limit in the pits.
Silver quali done. Bronze is qualifying now, so.
Skill level of the driver, it's just the classification on how to get a license. And if you do want to join us, you've seen the racing, you've seen it, you've heard it, you've watched it, maybe you want to be a part of it, please feel free to give us a shout in our Discord or our Instagram, and we'll give you all of the information to get on board with the racing. We do love more competitors, we love the consistency of the season, and looking forward to many more. We have 3 seasons for this year. This is the grand finale of season 1, and what a season this has been. That being said, Stefano comes around the final corner now, and he will be finishing off, does set his banker lap, and he will be placed right there, P5 to start off, and that was a good enough lap to put him in the top 5. And you know, he doesn't need to be in the top 3 to be able to get some good points. So 156.989, he is sitting with 57 kilograms here this evening, so he is a very heavy.
5 minutes remaining, 5 minutes left.
Nonetheless, we've seen him with more and could carry out and gain a better position in the long run. So we'll look out for a very awesome battle, but that is only his first lap. Look out for him in the next few. We have about 5 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. Stefano sits in P5. Riley Curtis does sit in P9, as well as Michael Thompson in P8. Stefano there heading back to the pits, so he gets his qualifying session restarted and maybe didn't get a good lap there, and he will have 1 out lap and then about 2 more laps to go. So maybe this is a strategy of his own to try and get the best lap, best fuel at the end of the qualifying session. As you see Michael Thompson there, I believe that's Riley Curtis right in front of him, so these two are very close to each other, I'm sure. We'll definitely be trying to see where they can place side by, well, in front of each other. Right now, Riley, Michael, my apologies, is ahead of the Australian Carter in Riley Curtis. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is an awesome opportunity just to remind you, as you see there, Michael there going very late on the brakes. Looked like he was just drawing in the likes of the AC karting driver as the two head down now to start finish straight, and that will be a nice draft. You can see him pulling. Will Michael improve? It looks like he will, and he goes up now into P5 to relegate Estefano into P6. So Estefano does have some work to do. Michael did look rapid in that practice session, so maybe getting a little bit of a toe there in that coming out to the final corner. So awesome job by him there, and I'm sure he will be definitely trying his best. You will notice that Sashan Falloon has not stepped out. He did or will not be able to qualify this evening after accumulating a few too many qualifying penalty points last race. My apologies. So he did unfortunately receive a ban from the qualifying, but this is his first season here at the JSRA. We are proud of him, and we're looking forward to many more battles with him, and looking forward to his growth here. So remember the name, as he is one of our promising drivers. We'll see him in the very near future taking on the top step, I'm sure, as he will continue his growth here at the JSRA. Chris Elliott there in P11. As we see Estefano here coming down through turn 1, and he will be pushing and trying to see where he can be promoted in the next few moments. But at the moment sits in P6, right behind the driver, the Jamaican in Michael Thompson, and in a Jamaican Sanu driver.
Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
Colombian, I'm sure, will be trying his best to squeeze out of that one as quickly as possible. And so far does improve in sector 1 with a 38.6 for 691 for Estefano. He is clear of his other counterparts, 24.5 in sector 2. Please remember that purple sector 2 was a 24.467 set by Rohe Robinson. So final sector, you want at least a 53.6 to see if you can get down closer and lower into the lower portions of the top steps of that top 3, top 5. But right now he's down about 100th on Michael Thompson, so looking like he'll be at least.
I wish I could
above him, but
could,
he right
could
now,
not
sure,
handle what it's speed. Else
I'd
I'd have no chance.
Luis Daniel Velez and even the Jamaican or the Trinidadian in
I mean, I think it's just
Jaden Harrison there sitting
the line
rapidly in front.
turn 4 you can cut a lot the corner. If you watch back my lap there,
Estefano coming down the start finish straight.
if you cut a little too hard it gives you a real penalty, but yeah, you can cut it a good bit in like maybe 3/10, 2/10.
So that was not the best thing that he would have wanted. Right now 40 seconds remain in this qualifying session, and then we will have two 20-minute sprint races. And boy, the likes of these drivers, we can look forward to those next 40 minutes, and these battles will definitely play a role here in the final championship standings. Estefano is quite comfortable ahead, so just a points finish will keep him cement in that top step, but anything else might throw out a little bit of a drama if he is to be out of points for both, and there's a capitalization of points in race 1 and 2 for the likes of Rohe Robinson. But the checkered flag is now out, so the drivers will be on their last lap. Estefano is improving in sector 1 and improving in sector 2, not the fastest, but still at 24.534, only a tenth shy of the purple sector set by Rohey Robinson. Coming up on a little bit of traffic there in, is that Tizwanto or G? I believe, yes, it is. So right now, Estefano, I'm sure, is hoping and praying that he will get out of the way or just be non-existent by the time he catches him up. But there he goes, little too wide, does go sideways, and will that be his lap undone? I'm not sure if it's invalid. Didn't see if he passed the white line, but he's catching up to the likes of Tizwanto, very rapid, who is slightly in the way there, as I saw. But I'm sure he's hoping will get out of his way as quickly as possible. Comes around now the start-finish line to pass, and will he improve? Yes, he does. 156.612. Snatches it away from his countryman. I'm sure that final two corner section between turns 12 to 14 was the detriment for that lap time, but nonetheless P4 is a very good start here for the Colombian. Sitting there with 57 kilograms does take P4 from his countryman. And what a race this is going to turn out to be. Ladies and gentlemen, please be reminded, you can leave your votes for drive of the day. Already seen one for Dominic Charles, give Jaden Harrison 500 kilograms of ballast. We'll definitely consider that one in the next race because of the dominance that he's shown in so many races. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have Jaden Harrison now in P1 with 155.635. Dominic Charles in P2 with a 156.
How much fuel are you guys going to use?
Robinson, the final podium
37.
with a 156.464. Estefano Barrera in P4. Luis Daniel Velez in P5. Michael Thompson in P6. DeVille Park in P7. Oswin Wilson in P8. Riley Curtis in P9. Roger Keller in P10. Alright guys, again good luck and have fun. Just be reminded, the leader will be leading the rolling start. It will be a virtual safety car for the formation lap. Again guys, please try your best not to get a penalty. We'd rather you lose by racecraft and not by any penalties, okay? So please be patient at the start finish. Wait for the race leader to lead. Once the car ahead of you moves off, then you can head off. Again, I do implore you guys to use the pit speed limiter to avoid any possible penalties from the servo at the rolling start section. Again, guys, as well, please keep the pack as tight as possible. And as always, please be as cautious as possible. Looking forward to the battles tonight. Again, we are using every race as a proposal to our sponsors to get more money. We've gotten 200 US to give out this season. We're hoping we can increase that or at least match that for next season. So the better we do, the more that we get. Good luck, guys. Have fun. At the end of the day, please have fun. We know it can be competitive, but please try your best to keep it as clean as possible in the communications and on track. Remember as well, cold tires, you cannot win the race in turn one, but you can definitely cause a huge safety car that we're trying to avoid. So please try your best. Good luck, have fun, and looking forward to many more races with you guys.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Is there any mandatory pit stop?
Thank you. No mandatory pit stops. No.
So there's 2 races?
2 races. Correct. 2 sprint races. The top 10 will be reversed from the first race. Alright guys, again, good luck, have fun, and looking forward to the showing. Please be reminded again, it will be single lane file for the start of the safety car. Once it's yellow flag, once it's black flag, you will go double file. Alright, good luck.
Black, black, double line.
Guys, please be as close to the driver in front as possible. Keep the bunch tight. Keep the bunch tight. Should not be passing 80 kilometers right now if you're at the front. Alright. Good luck again, guys. Have fun.
And it's gone. Whoa. Zero front end on the car. Zero front end right there. The front just went straight. Get pushing too hard maybe. Here, no front end on the turn. Definitely the setup. So good win there. We did that. We're back for race 2.
I am sorry for my erratic driving in previous race. My brake got a discalibration. I had to recalibrate it quickly in my Moza pit house, so I'm really, really sorry.
Alright guys, I just applied the ballast. If anybody notices that they shouldn't have, you can let me know and I'll zero it out, but everybody it should be accurate.
Can I be at the front?
Why are we 12? It's from the first 15?
It should be the top 10.
It is not. I am 12.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah, it's
first
not the
or
top.
second.
It's not the top 10 because I am third.
Okay, alright, so I believe it's who finished in P10? Was it Davil? No, it was Riley. Alright, so what we're gonna ask you guys to do is Riley, you will overtake. Sorry, you're P1, right. So we'll ask the drivers at the front to just don't move until after the leaders have passed you, okay? I'm not sure why that would happen.
So I am behind who? Because
I'm
at this
gonna
point,
read it out. I'm gonna read it out.
Sure.
The entire grid has been reversed.
Right, I understand. I'm not sure why, but
Okay, so just the first 5 just need to wait, and I am
Yes.
going to be in the same position here.
right. So it will be Riley Curtis in P1, Davil Park in P2, Mikhail Charles in P3, Estefano in P4, Oswin Wilson in P5, Michael Thompson in P6, Dominic Charles in P7, Luis Daniel Velez in P8, Rohir Robinson in P9.
I was
and
being
Jaden
forward to the
Harrison-
pits.
Sorry?
Riley's not on the server. Riley's not on the server.
I'm in the pits for some reason.
Why are you in the
Can you
pits?
drive out?
It
And
says-
you were
it-
disconnected, Riley. So
Oh.
come back fast. Yeah,
Yeah,
come back.
just... Alright.
What my position? What?
I'll
Why
read
just-
it over. Tejwanto should be in last. So Sean is is in front of Tejwanto. Chris Elliott is in front of Sashan. Roger Kello is in front of Chris Elliott.
Just rejoining.
Alright. Mikhail, bring it down to 55. As well as Deville Park should be in P2.
Who's ahead of me? Who's ahead of Mike?
Michael?
Just want to you should be back.
Right. I'm gonna read it over
Yeah,
again.
I'm slowing down.
Thank you. So Riley Curtis should be in P1. Deville Park should be in P2. So Deville, overtake Mikhail for me, please. Right. Mikhail Charles should be in P3. Estefano in P4. Remember, bring the speed down to 50, Deville. 50, 50, 50.
What's that, like 30 something miles?
Yeah, 15 miles. Alright, so Mikhail should be in P3, Estefano in P4, Oswin Wilson, Michael Thompson in P6, Dominic Charles in... Sorry? Got it?
P1 is coming, take care.
Alright, Dominic Charles in P7, Daniel Velez in P8, Rohir Robinson in P, and Jaden Harrison in P10. P11 should be Roger Kello, P12 should be Chris Elliott, P13 should be Sashan Falloon, and P14 should be Tizwanta. Everybody got that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got copy.
Yeah. Did we bring speeds up to 80 now?
Yes, you can, sorry. Right, I think it might have been a server glitch based on what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Alright guys, good luck and have fun. Please keep the pack as close as possible. It's now double file.
What side am I on? This side?
Odd numbers left. Odd numbers left.
Yep. First is on the left, yeah.
Thanks.
Come on, tell Roger to come over.
Roger, I think you're on the left.
Roger, I think you're on the other side.
No one said green.
Safety car, I saw 3 people crash.
Racing goes on. Racing goes on. What's going on, guys? Alright,
I got hit, I got
Safety
hit.
car, safety car. Safety car,
Someone
please.
I didn't hear anyone call green.
It's a real penalty console.
Yeah, but it didn't like say anything.
But
You
you
didn't-
know that it goes green once that you cross the finish line also, so...
Yeah, because it didn't like, usually it goes red then goes green, but it didn't say anything like green or anything.
Oh no. Alright,
Yeah.
We're still on the safety car, right?
right, we're on the safety car, so we brought it to 80. Alright. This is one to you pulling up on the grid. Alright. We will go green light racing on this lap. For this one, we will call race start. So once the leader passes the start finish line, he's entitled to go. Once the leader passes, I will call a green.
Are we waiting on Davil?
David isn't there?
He's in turn 4.
Alright, Riley, bring it to 50 for me. Everybody bring it down to 50.
I'm in the
Sorry,
lead.
Estefano. My apologies.
Yeah, maybe a bit less, like 30 in order for him to catch.
I think he should catch by time we reach the final corner if we're at 50.
Yeah, he's good.
You can go slower if you want.
Alright, bring it down 10 kilometers then, please.
He's
Actually,
basically
no,
here.
50 should be fine. Yeah, 50 should be fine. Kadavil, you'll be joining at the back of the pack. Alright, Davil, slow down because you're catching up now. You can bring it up to 50. And you can bring it up to 80. So again, once the leader passes the start line, I will call green light, green light, green light. Leader is now heading up to turn 13. And ladies and gentlemen, we will go green light racing on this lap. On this lap. The leader is passing the start, the last lap. Last corner. Green light, green light, green light, green light.
Come on, man. Yeah, my tires are done. That on 60 kilograms. I have no chance of catching again. Unless he crashes and my car is done. brakes when pushing and risk crashing it. And I have no tire. I've deployed battery relock and stayed in there, but no point in trying to push on dead tires. And 60 kilograms. So early here, swing it in with these tires. Good win is Stefano. Good win, Stefano.
I think we should take the picture here just in case that we are not able to get it like previously. Just stay there. Brake, brake.
Good race.
P1, P2, not bad. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, forgot to change. It's had 60 kilograms in the last race, so could not keep up with that guy ahead. But good either way. Think if I had fixed my setup and put on the hards, I would have had a chance, but forgot to do that.
Alright guys, awesome race.
Wait,
Hold on. I wanna
watching
join to the picture. Don't do anything. I